this video, we are going to take up one more function, the length function. How does the length function works in a Python program? You can pass the length function a string value or a variable containing a string, and the function evaluates to integer value of the number of characters in that string. Suppose if I enter my name. So what is the my name? Suppose if I say Ramesh. So I want, what is the Ramesh? Ramesh is nothing but a string. So it will count the number of characters in Ramesh. R-A-M-E-S-H. So that means you will going to have 6 characters. Suppose I want to pass it as a print function. The length of your name is colon and close the quote and then give comma length my name. My name is the variable. I am assigning the my name with an input function, and then I am giving the value to that input function. Then it will going to give the value, the number of characters in that. Suppose for example, if I consider length hello. Hello is the string which is passed on to a length function. So it calculates or it counts the number of characters H-E-L-L-O. So you have 5 characters there. Similarly, length, my very energetic monster just scarfed Nakos. That means I have a long string. I want to count the number of characters. In that, even the space is also considered. M1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. And the full stop is the 46th character. So the length of those characters, the length of that entire string will going to be 46. Similarly, if you pass a null string, then the length will going to be 0. So let us, just like those examples, length my name evaluates an integer. It is then passed to a print function to display it on the screen. So the print function allows you to pass it either an integer value or a string value. It cannot pass a float. So now we will going to check that by using the example now. Suppose if I say length, then I will say hello. Then if I just press enter key, it will give the value as 5. Similarly, length, then my very energetic monster space just space scarf Nakos, full stop, close it, then use this, then you're going to get it as 46, then you use length, okay, null character, null string, then it will give the value as 0. Now suppose if I want to execute this, the length of your name is. So for that, first in this, my name equals input. Then I want to print. What is that? I want to print the length of your name is length of my name. I want to print. In such a case, what I can do is my name print the length of my name is, give space, then you say length of my name. Now I will just type the value here. Once it comes to the input function, I will say Ramesh. Then the length of my name is 6. Why? Because Ramesh has got 6 characters. Similarly, if I want to run this again, I will say Manjunath THA. So the length of my name is 10. Now if I want to reduce this, yes, you can give that also. Then here, then you take Chandrasekhar. Then the length of my name is 30 because that is the number of characters which are going to be considered when you want to run this. Now similarly, now we will go for the next one, the string on. Now we will going to have the string, int and float functions. How this will going to be executed? If you want to concatenate an integer such as 29 with a string to pass to print, you will need to get the value 29 as a string, which is a string form of 29. The str function can be passed as an integer value and will evaluate a string value version of the integer as follows. If I say str29, then it will give the string as 29. Even though it is an integer, it will be considered as a string because of the string function. Suppose I am 29 years old, I want to print. So I will going to use print I am, then give one space plus str29 because I am converting that integer into a string, 29 as a string, plus again within quote give space years old. I am 29 years old, it will going to be printed. So because str29 values to string, the expression I am str29 plus years old evaluate to I am 29 years old, which in turn evaluates I am 29 years old. This is the value that is passed to the print function to get the following display. The str, int and float functions will evaluate the string, integer and floating point forms of the value you pass respectively. Now we are going to see how it will going to be considered. Now to do that, first I will go for the print function. I will take str29. So will you be able to get the output? No. Why? Because you are just considering the string. So it won't give you anything because we have not given any print function. So I will call this print str29. See what happens now. It will go to print 29 now here. Now I want to print I am 29 years old. So to do that, I will just type, I will take this print I am given space plus 29, okay, plus give space year old. So if you try to print this I am 29 years old, it will going to give you I am 29 years old. Suppose if I want to pass by using a string function, then what I will do, instead of typing this, I will take str29. str29. Now you see what happens, I am 29 years old. So you are going to get the output like this. Suppose if I say, instead of this, suppose now I am going to consider, I will take here str29, so you are going to get it as I am 29 years old. Now I will say 50, then I will type 50 here, I will say 50 years old, I am 50 years old. I will say 60, then I will type I am 60 years old. So like this, as and when, what is the main function of the string str function is to convert the value which has been given into a string function. Only when you have a string, then only it is possible for you to concatenate the two strings. So this is the advantage of using the string function. Now we will go to the variables, different forms in which we will be considering the different examples. If I say str0, then it will going to print the string as 0. If I say str minus 3.14, then it will going to be considered as the string function. Float 3.14, yes. Float 10, 10.0. Then int 42, it is converting the string into an integer. Then integer of minus 99 will going to give you minus 99. int of 1.25 will going to be 1. int of 1.99 is becomes 1. The previous examples calls str, int and float functions and pass them values of the other data types to obtain a string, integer or floating point from point form of those values. Now, this we are going to see how it will going to work with that. Now, to do that, I will come to this function again. So here I will say the first one is str0. I will say str. I will going to print. Of course, I have to use the print function because it is the VS Code which we are using for the Python here. It's not an interactive cell. So print str0. So it will going to give the conversion into a string, that is 0. Then we have the print str minus 3.14. Then it will going to print minus 3.14. Similarly, then I will going to use float of which is a string which we are considering here, 3.14. It will going to convert that 3.14 because the string is converted into a float function. Then again float 10. If you consider float, that is integer is converted into a float, that is 10.0. Then in this case int string again I will consider int as 42. Again we are passing a string function 42 here, it becomes 42. Then again we have int minus 99, then it will give minus 99, the output will be minus 99. Then 1.25, it will give you 1. Because it is an integer, the value whatever you are typing there, it is a float, converts into a string, converts into an integer 1, because it will going to truncate the decimal point because it is an integer function which converts a float into an integer. It becomes, the output will become 1. Then if you are considering 1.99, it will not be rounded off to 2, instead it will becomes 1. So it will truncate the value of 0.99 and it will types 1 only. So this is how you will be able to use the different types of functions. That means when the string is used, whether it is an integer or a float, it converts into a string in the string function. When you are using as a float, whether it is a string or an integer, it will be converted into a float. When you are using an integer, in integer function, it converts a string and the float into an integer function. So this is how you will be able to explain in detail how that integer, the float and the string function works. Thank you.